Hey everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Live It Up, the show where we explore and discuss how to take your life to that next level and beyond. We cover health, wealth, relationships, and how to create a life that feels good, because after all, that's what we want. We want to feel good. I'm your host and coach, Fletcher Ellingson. Today on the show is a guy who inspires me. He's one of the most effective business owners that I happen to know. One of his businesses has made the Inc. 5000 3 years in a row. He launched his own software company. He hosts a podcast called Built After Hours, and he was recently on a soon-to-be-released reality show all about entrepreneurs. I'm talking about Wenatchee Valley's own Edwin Eaton. I'm eager for this conversation because our country's economy is still made up first and foremost by small and medium-sized businesses. They are this country's heartbeat. So join us for what is to be an informative and no doubt an inspiring conversation. Now, before we get to that, I do want to take a moment to acknowledge that there is a lot of uncertainty in our world. There are wars, there are protests, there are accusations, tariffs, inflation, shrinkflation, job cuts, division. There's lots of uncertainty. And that level of uncertainty can get people on edge and bring out behaviors that typically don't serve those around us very well. And so I want to take a moment to remind all of us that we can be part of the solution. I'm not against you. I want for your well-being. I want you to have gainful employment. I want you to experience fulfilling relationships. I want you to feel safe and certain in your life. And the fastest and easiest way we can be part of the solution is to remind each other of that. And the most powerful remedy to what's going on in the world is simply to be kind. And the way I define kindness is friendliness, generosity, consideration, and the willingness to offer assistance without the need for praise or acknowledgement. You see, kindness highlights people's strengths instead of reminding them of their weaknesses. It unites instead of dividing. It heals and fosters well-being instead of injuring. And it feels good to give, to receive it, and to be around it. Kindness is powerful. We usually take time to answer a question in this part of the show, but we're going to skip that today so I can spend a little extra time with Edwin. We're going to be right back after the commercial, so stay with us. Hey everybody, welcome back to Live It Up. So glad you're here. So glad you're in this conversation. Today, my guest is Mr. Edwin Eaton. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm always honored when you call me and you ask me. This is the second time, so thanks again for the invite.
Yeah. So before we get into what we're going to talk about today, we always like to start off with a win, because we want to remind people that there is still good happening and that we can be cause in the matter of good happening.
Yeah.
So what's going well in your life, man?
So this is a big one. And about a year and a half ago, my family's life got turned upside down. So my wife was diagnosed with stage 4 cervical cancer. Completely just changed everything for us. But, she's strong. She has faith, she has friends, she has family, so everybody's support. 2 months ago, she was able to ring the bell. So she's cancer-free now.
Wow.
So you and I were talking, I've been doing a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know what was going to happen. So she had a lot on her bucket list, so we've been going places. And one thing I want to do is I want to thank my staff. So Gary, Alex, Edith, Susan, everybody in the office that held the fort down for me while I was taking care of family and getting it done. But it's just, this is great. It is a feel-good. She's cancer-free.
That's amazing. Yeah. Congratulations to you and her.
Yeah.
And I know that was a wild ride of a time.
Very well.
And she's a superstar.
She is. And it's crazy, for anybody that's had to deal with it, probably understands this, but we changed our diet completely too. And just the little things like the packaging on bread, if you actually read it. I never did. I just picked whatever. My diet was horrible. My diet's great now, but you look at the packaging and it says some ingredients here might cause cancer. It's crazy. It's right there. It tells you. So we've been eating clean, healthy, lost a few pounds, feeling good.
Right on, man. Yeah. Well, good for you. And you mentioned before the show, you guys are really being intentional now about some of the bucket list things, right?
We are. Which is
really cool. What a great message. Instead of waiting towards that last couple chapters of our life, you're like, hey, let's
do it now.
Let's do it now.
Yeah.
Let's take on that bucket list right now.
Yep.
And you've been doing some traveling and having some fun.
It is different. I'm used to working 24/7, so to get away, it was a little different at first, but now I feel comfortable with it. So I'm like, let's go.
Good
Where
for
are we going
you.
next? Yeah.
Well, you've done the work to put a team in place, right? And so you and your team are able to have things run more smoothly so that you can step back a bit if you need to, right?
And that's the biggest piece is making sure that you have the right people on board that fit the vibe of what you want your business to portray out in the community. They've been great. Like I said, I'm thankful for them because they held the fort down while I was gone. And it's just a great team. And you've worked with them too.
Yeah.
You know, we've had you come in and work with us too. So I think some of that is from you as well.
That's cool. And you said holding the fort down. Well, the fort that he's referring to is vast. So you're the owner of iPro Building Service, which is a 3 times Inc. 5000 company, which is really impressive. For those of those watching who are not familiar with like what an Inc. 5000 means, like what does it take to get on that list? Can you just kind of educate us a bit?
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot. I mean, they look at your business growth over the course of a 3-year period. And so you have to consistently be growing.
Yes.
And we have. And so being on it for now 3 years in a row, we just got that earlier this month, which is amazing. Again, thankful for my team that I have. But that's basically 9 years of consistent growth.
Yeah.
And you make it there on the first time, it's like, it's amazing. To make it a second time, it's like, wow, we're actually really doing something. And then now to get a third time, it's like, wow, we're a legit business. Like, not just in the community of Wenatchee, but I mean, nationwide, the recognition that you get from this, because the Inc. 5000 is being one of the 5,000 fastest growing privately held businesses in America.
Yes.
Not commercial cleaning, which is the industry we're in, but just in businesses as a whole. I mean, Microsoft's been on it, Under Armour, you know, I mean, you name some of the big businesses, they've been on it. So it's an honor to be on that list.
That's amazing. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You've also recently started Cinch janitorial software. I remember when you were talking to me about this, and you're like, I've got this idea, you know, I'm talking to some software developers, I'm moving forward with it, and you've not only moved forward with it, you're like ramping that up. I mean, it's on a really exciting trajectory. So what is Cinch?
So Cinch, it's another word for simple. And so that's something in the commercial cleaning industry. You know, I do consulting, and what I found out is there's a lot of pain points for business owners. And it's not just commercial cleaning, but it's businesses in general. You get started. People don't know how to bid. People don't know how to put together proposals, you know, the sales and operations piece. And so we've simplified it. So there's really no guessing. You can just, it's basically plug and play into your business. And, you know, I look at the proof in the pudding is from my business. I mean, we've been using it for the last year and a half. It's helped us, you know, continue to grow and be on the Inc. 5000 list.
Yeah.
I think the greatest part of being a software, I hate to say I'm a software developer because I don't understand coding. I have a team that does. I just have this vision in my head and they put it together. But I think that the best part of it is when you get a customer that comes back to you. Like just the other week I had a customer that reached out to me, hey, I need help putting together a bid. I helped him put together a bid using Cinch.
Yeah.
Sent a proposal. Literally 20 minutes after we got off the phone, his customer signed the proposal, and he, you know, called me back right away, just ecstatic, on cloud nine that it worked. Man, this was great. Cinch was so simple to do this. And so that kind of stuff to me is rewarding, just to see and hear that businesses are actually using it and becoming profitable from it.
Boy, that's gotta be so exciting for you.
It is. It is. It's a great feeling.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And it's so neat, like when you have a vision of something, you know, and I define vision as a clarified story in the mind that you're efforting to bring into the physical realm. You had this clarified story, this vision of what was possible. You got into action, and now here it is. It's like,
well, I didn't know that it was possible. I had to get the right people again, surround myself with the right team that knew what they were doing, because I didn't know as simple as changing a color on a platform was very difficult, all the coding that goes into it. So, I mean, it wasn't like, here it is, boom, and the next thing you know, it's out there. I mean, this was a 2.5 year process to get it right.
Yeah.
Beta test it with other customers that were giving me their feedback, and it's huge. It's huge. And it was commercial cleaning is a piece that we were doing. I'm doing a lot of traveling to trade shows now for it to kind of get the word out. I don't spend a lot of money on marketing. I'm the face behind it, so I want people to see me, and I hands-on show them how to do it.
Yeah.
But what I found out is the Hispanic community is one of those untapped communities that people just overlook. And so our system looks at brand new to under 3 million in revenue. That's kind of the hot spot. There's millions of cleaning businesses in that. But one thing that they brought to my attention was, well, we love your platform. It's easy to use, but it's just basically commercial. But we do a lot of residential. Can we do both? And then the light switch went off, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go back to my team. Let's add residential to it to help capture that community that people really aren't looking at.
Yeah.
And get that. So I've been doing a lot of that. My son just got me, and I just got some of those Meta glasses.
Yeah.
Because you can speak a language and it'll tell me what they're saying. I don't speak Spanish, so I'm trying to communicate and however I can. So we're doing whatever we can to make it work with this community, because again, it's untapped. So.
Man, that's so fun, and I'm gonna have to talk with you after this about your experience with the glasses.
Yeah,
I've been waiting to meet somebody who's got a pair. So cool. And I love what you said too. You mentioned team several times. I remember reading about Henry Ford and his biography, and one of the things he talked about was the importance of team, because if I recall correctly, he wasn't like school educated, and that wasn't necessarily important to him. The thing that he always emphasized was surround your people who do have the knowledge, right? So you don't have to know how to be a CEO, CFO, CTO, CIO. You don't have to know all those skill sets. But you do have to have those people on your team in order to ensure success.
Some people that are smarter than you, that are better at certain things that I'm not good at. Right. So, yeah, and again, it's just the leadership part, and then what you do too, you teach leadership, and so that's another piece. Is yes, I have the team, but I have to continuously invest in them. Yeah, and that's huge.
Yeah, right on. So good. Hey. I hope you're enjoying this conversation. I know I am. And when we come back, I'm going to talk with Edwin about what does it take to do this? What does it take to bring a vision into reality? And because a lot of us have a vision, we have this burning desire to get out and do it, but things get in the way, like making a living. Like I got to take out the garbage. Like I got to pay the bills. Like how do we begin to navigate life powerfully enough where we can do what we need to do and still take on a passion, take on a vision? We're going to get Edwin's take on that when we come back. Stay with us. Hey everybody, welcome back to Live It Up. So glad you're here. So glad you're in this conversation, because I think it's an important conversation. We're talking about personal development. We're talking about how to live life powerfully, how to navigate life. And our guest today is Edwin Eaton, and he is the owner of iPro Building Services, Blueprint Janitorial Consulting, Cinch Janitorial Software, and also Built After Hours, which is the podcast, right?
That just sounds like a lot.
It sounds like a lot, right?
It is, yeah, podcast.
Yeah. And let's talk about that in regards to what I just said before we went to a commercial break. A lot of people have a vision, they have a passion, but they frequently come up against some self-limiting beliefs or conversations in their head, like I don't have the time, don't have the money, don't have the experience. I gotta do all these other things. And I'm not saying that that's not real, but you've been able to accomplish a lot of things and create a lot of things, and all of that other stuff life was still happening. Mm-hmm. You created a podcast called Built After Hours. Tell me a little bit about that and how that ties in with what I was just talking about. Yeah.
No, I never thought I would do a podcast, but a lot of people were asking me. I've been on a few of them. They said, you should do your own. I don't know, another thing to my plate. But the name Built After Hours, it's what the commercial cleaning industry is all about. We're building our dreams. We're building generational wealth after hours. When everybody else goes home, the lights are off, we're out there, we're cleaning toilets, we're taking out the trash, we're making sure spaces are healthy so that when the workers come in the next day, it's a clean space for everybody.
Yeah.
One thing I think that gets overlooked is there's a lot of new business owners that don't have a platform to tell their story. And really, what I tell everybody is, when it comes to marketing, it's not before and after photos of a toilet that you clean. Nobody cares about that. It's the story of how you got in this industry. What have you done? Like with me, it's, my wife had cancer, we beat it, we're telling a story. So I wanted to create a platform where it's not just the people who are making $15, $20 million a year coming and talking about themselves, how great they are.
Yeah.
I want somebody that's actually currently grinding to
Yes.
tell us their successes, their failures, and if I can help them, but put them out there so that other people will see it. Maybe other people will reach out to them, give them help. So it's been pretty cool. I mean, my first guest, I thought, let's put my son on it. So I put him on there to kind of tell his story and get his name out there. And then just people that I've met at other events and, consulting clients that I had, Cinch users that I had, because everybody has a story to tell. I didn't think I'd make it through season 1. I had a great time doing it. And I thought, if I get 10 subscribers, great. But we're actually a couple thousand subscribers now.
Nice.
Just started filming season 2. We actually have 3 sponsors now.
Right on.
Which I thought was crazy. They called and said, hey, we want to sponsor your show. We'll give you money. It's like, what? Really? I'm doing something right on this. So let's do it. And just a little teaser, season 2 is coming out soon. But if you watch Shark Tank, the inventor of Lava Box, he was on Shark Tank. And
Okay,
I was
cool.
able to meet him, and so he's my
Right
first
on.
guest for season 2. So we're throwing some different things in there, making it fun, playing games on the podcast. But again, really the message is to get the stories out of these people who otherwise would be overlooked.
Yeah.
And to get their names out there.
Yeah. And I love that you're bringing a spotlight to these people because, again, this is small business, small, medium-sized business, the heartbeat of our country, man.
Absolutely.
You remove those and it's like, how are you going to make life work, right?
Exactly.
So thank you for bringing a spotlight to them. And talk to us about how do you make it work? Like, how do you make it work? Because some people are saying, well, dude, I mean, I don't have, clearly I'm missing something. What does it take? What does it take to navigate life, your regular life, and then go and pursue a passion to make it happen?
I mean, everybody's got their own personal stuff going on, right? And so as a business owner, you have to learn how to juggle both, really. And so it's just one of those things where it's like, now that I'm in a part in my life where my business can be taken care of by the people that I've hired. It's taken years to grind, find those right people, invest in them. Now they can run that, so I can look at doing something else. And then kind of learning that those steps on it. But it's really, again, it's all about people. It's finding the right people that can help you get to another level, continue the growth of the business so you can pay your rent, you can pay the light bill, whatever it is, so you can continue to go. And it's just making sure you're organized. Like I have, kind of my set plan every single day. I'm up in the morning, I get my workout in, and then it's take my kids to school, and then let's start diving into work. What do I need to do? What are my top priorities? So if there's a customer complaint, I'm not going to put that at the end of the day. I'm going to make sure I take care of it, check it off my list first thing, then the day just becomes easier for me.
Cool. And so organization, which is super evident when you walk into your guys' building, right? I mean, it's beautiful, it's clean, it's organized, it's a really clear space. So organization, and then you mentioned again, people.
Team, it's delegating. Things that they're better at than I am. That's the role that they're going to play, and that's what they're going to take care of.
Delegation. Yeah, so as other business owners are listening to this, what I'm hearing you say is one of the keys to your success and accomplishment has been, again, finding people that work with you. Because as an entrepreneur or a solopreneur, we feel like we have to do it all ourselves, right? And I know that there has to be money for it, right?
Sure.
But even then, we're like, control. So what I hear you saying, delegate, give up some of that control.
When I figured that out, when I said I have to kind of let go, and my wife was really good at teaching me that and telling me that on a daily basis. Let go. This is why you hired this person. Let them do what you hired them to do. You don't need to micromanage them. If they mess up, they mess up. It's a learning piece.
Yeah.
teach them and then move on from it. But if you're holding managers back, that you're paying a salary to somebody to do a job, but you're actually doing the job for them, there's no point to it, and you're not going to get ahead. You're not going to grow. And so slowly, it's hard. When you build something like iPro is my baby, I didn't want to let go and let somebody else do that. But when I realized it's just the monkey's off my back, less stress, let them handle it, and if they do fail at something, that's okay. It's a lesson to be learned. And we go on from there.
And that's an important thing, what you just said. Yeah, it's a lesson to be learned. And we almost, in a sense, we have to welcome those, right? We have to, in order for us to grow, in order to us to refine, to become better, to become more efficient. We look for those opportunities to grow through. There's going to be mistakes made by me, by them, by all of us, right?
It's just business.
It's just business, yeah. We're not taking it personally. We're just like, oh, this is the opportunity. And I think that's the mindset, right? That is so helpful.
It is.
Yeah. So, as you're growing all these businesses, real quick, do you have something else coming on, or are you like, man, this is a lot, and I am going to kind of sit back and enjoy the ride now?
I have one more thing coming on, and you just want to get that. Okay. No, my wife will tell me no, just stop. She already has. But you and I kind of talked about putting on a industry event.
Yeah.
A little bit different than what we're used to. A lot of these industry events, at least for me, and most of them actually, you go to them and it's all about rah, motivational, get you pumped up, speakers that are selling you something, and then you go back home and then really you don't implement anything.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. So I want to put together something where it's no BS. It's just straight to the point. You tell me what you want to learn. We're going to bring those people in. If you want to learn sales, we're going to have somebody that's just going to talk about sales. You want to know how to put together proposals. You want to know taxes. You want to know how to hire. We're going to get those people in the room, and that's all we're going to talk about. None of the cheerleading, rah. Here you go. You're going to learn it. You're going to leave, and you're going to have action items to put into play for your business.
Right on.
We'll see. We're in the starting stages of that. Again, something else to add to my plate. But again, I like to help people.
Yeah.
I like to see people grow.
Yeah.
I was showing my wife a text message I got this morning from the guy who actually got a new customer. He ended up getting another opportunity, and he said it was because of some of the videos that he watched from me. So even if I only get one or two people that see those videos, but something happens from it, it's a feel good for me that makes me want to continue to do that.
Right on. Yeah, it always feels good to get that positive feedback, right?
It does. It does.
Super cool.
Can I do one thing?
Yeah.
On a positive note for you, because iPro was nominated for Wenatchee Business of the Year, right?
Yeah.
And so they were looking for people to speak on our behalf to do interviews for, right? And so I asked you, hey, Fletch, would you be willing to say something about iPro on camera? And you said, absolutely, when and where. Yeah. And that's what I love about you. Like, you're willing to step up. So our staff put this together for you. This is the iPro Champion Award. This is to you for being a passionate voice about iPro and proudly representing us in the community.
Whoa, right on,
I wanted to give that to you there as a thank you.
Hey, come on. How cool is that?
Right?
Wow. That just made my day, dude.
There you go. Well, hey, and then I got one more. We're talking about Cinch, so I got some swag for you. So this is a Cinch sweatshirt, and it has a quote from the great philosopher, Pitbull. It says, ask for money, get advice. Ask for advice, get money twice.
Boom.
The great philosopher.
I love that, dude.
So I want to get that to you as well. So,
thanks a lot.
Yeah.
I love this.
You've been huge for iPro and for me in general, so I just want to say thank you in person.
Oh, right on, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
That feels good. All right, now it's time for you all to get out there. Be a source of kindness. Be a source of contribution. You do have something to offer this world, and I believe in you.